Hello, my little draconic wolfgans. I hope that you're all doing well. If you guys like what you see and hear, please like, subscribe, and turn on that bell to get notified. And if you guys want to send me your own horror stories, my email will be in the description below. Alright, let's get into it. This is a true story. I train MMA, so I've always been able to handle myself when push comes to shove. Okay, we like people who know how to defend themselves and are able to protect others. We love that. I don't know if you're male or female. Regardless, we love people who know how to protect themselves. I plan to make a career out of it, so I'll change the names of the people involved and keep my name anonymous for now. Hey, that is okay if you want to be anonymous. This just happened 2 days ago. In my quiet, relatively safe town, nothing ever really happens. I was with my girlfriend, Katie, just driving around from park to park. Eventually, we stopped at a park down the road from my house. Right next to it, there's a clearing, a small grassy area bordered by dense trees. Behind the clearing runs a small river, mostly hidden unless you follow a narrow path through the trees that leads to a patch of land near the water. It's secluded, and thick woods behind it make it hard to see into. Okay, not gonna lie, that sounds really beautiful and a great picnic area, or you know, to get it on with your significant other. Katie and I walked into the clearing, crossed the creek, and hung out on the patch of land. That's when I started hearing faint noises, like someone walking just beyond the tree line. Katie asked if I heard it too. Oh, hell nah. Hell nah, guys. I would be running. I am not gonna lie. I would get the hell out of there. I nodded and told her we should probably go. She had her weed pin with her at the time, but didn't realize she dropped it. Oh no, not the weed pin! Not the weed pin! Later that night, I was hanging out with my neighbor, Jaden. I hate to admit it, but I took some mushrooms. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's natural. Though, I wouldn't recommend kids use it unless it's medically necessary. Yeah, don't do drugs, kids, unless it's medically provided. But even then, there's people who abuse the system, so. While we were talking, I brought up what happened earlier and the fact that Katie had lost her pen. We decided to go back and look for it. By the time we got to the park, the mushrooms were kicking in. The clearing was lit only by moonlight, calm, quiet, almost peaceful. We were messing around on the swing when we started hearing noises. I brushed it off, thinking it was just the shrooms, until Jada said, "Yo, did you hear that?" Oh no. Oh no. Not again. I did. For some reason, I suggested we check it out. Jaden agreed, and we started walking towards the clearing. About 20 feet, we heard the voices again. Two people talking. I couldn't make out the words, but it definitely wasn't our imagination. Oh god. Oh god. No way. Then Jaden tapped me on the shoulder and pointed his flashlight at the tree. There was writing on it. It was smeared with some kind of dark liquid, still dripping. I couldn't read what was said, but it gave me an awful feeling. Like, my stomach dropped to my ass when I read that. I am not gonna lie. Like, that is some scary and freaky shit. We kept moving toward the river. The voices stopped. As we reached the bottom of the hill, right before we would have had to cross the creek again, the voices came back. This time, just feet away. No, no, guys, just run. Just run. Jaden raised his flashlight. Two naked men, covered in what looked like blood, were standing right in front of us. They were holding machetes. Oh, hell fucking no. Not two crackheads in the middle of who knows where this park is. I would have been running. I would have turned my ass around and just noped right on out of there, guys. Then they let out this inhumane scream. I don't even know how to describe it. It didn't sound real. I've never been more terrified in my life. We ran through the brush, through the trees, back toward the street, heart pounding. Yeah, I could imagine. I could hear them chasing us, making primal, guttural noises behind us. As soon as we hit the street lights near the neighborhood, the sound stopped. When we turned around, they were gone. We walked home in shock, and being on mushrooms made it 1,000 times worse. I didn't sleep at night. Dude, my boy, I don't blame you. When you're hallucinating and tripping off your balls, and you just see two naked men with any kind of weapon doing God knows what, yeah, it's gonna be 1,000 times worse. If not 1,000,000,000 times worse. Anyway, back to the story. But I wish that had been the end of it. The next night, I took Katie out on a date. After I dropped her off, I was driving home, passing the same stretch of woods when I saw them. The two men. No! No! They were sprinting towards the tree line, but this time they didn't disappear into the forest. They just stood there, watching me. I got to my street and pulled into my driveway. My garage is packed with junk, so I always park outside. Later that night, laying in bed listening to the rain, I just heard noises outside my window. I peeked through the blinds just slightly, and they were there. Oh, fucking God. Move in with your girl. That's all I'm saying. They probably don't know where the hell she is. Hopefully. Unless they were stalking you to your girl's house. Standing in my driveway, staring straight at me, my heart dropped. I tried to push the fear away, turn it to anger. I grabbed the pistol I kept in my room and went outside. They were gone. They must have seen me turn onto my street. They followed me. That's how they found me. This was last night. Oh no. Oh hell fucking no. Guys, please stay safe. I don't know what the hell is going on. I'm praying it's over. All I know is I'm never going back to those woods again. If anything else happens, I'll send an update. Guys, holy shit. That is freaky. We don't just have one update, we have 2 updates. So I'm gonna read those. The next morning, I kept replaying the night in my head. trying to convince myself it wasn't real, that the mushrooms had twisted my perception, that made the adrenaline everything worse than it was. I mean, yeah, it makes sense, but who the fuck knows anymore with this day and age? But when I talk to Jaden, he describes the exact same thing. The red writing on the tree, the two men, the screams, the chase. It wasn't just me. We both agreed not to tell anyone. Who the hell would believe us? Yeah, honestly, I don't really believe this happened, but I am trusting that this is true. Still, I couldn't stop thinking about it. The way they looked at me, the blood, the fact that they followed me home. So I started doing something I never thought I'd do, watching the woods. Oh god, I would just set up security cameras, like pointing to the woods and like every corner of my house just to get full coverage and get a dog. Every night since then, I parked on the street instead of in the driveway. From my bedroom window, I have had a clear view of the tree line just a few blocks away, and that's when I noticed something strange. Every night since that happened, around 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning, a light flickers deep in the trees. It's not a flashlight, it's too still. But it doesn't move like a person walking. It just glows, then fades, then glows again like it's pulsing something red, sometimes white. Oh my fucking god, like, is this some kind of horror movie thing? Script? Yeah, horror script, that's what I was trying to refer to. Like, no, horror movie. Like, oh my god, like, what the hell? This is terrifying, y'all. At first, I thought maybe it was someone camping, but who the hell camps in that part of the woods, especially in total silence? A few nights ago, I was to the edge of the clearing with Jaden. We brought flashlights and knives. We were both sober at this time. We didn't see the men, but something felt off. Guys, run. Like, just let the police take care of it. I'm not gonna lie. I would just let the policia take care of all of this. There was a smell in the air, like copper and wet leaves, and the deeper into the clearing we walked, the quieter everything got. No bugs, no wind, just dead silence, until we heard a sound that made us both freeze. It was a whistle. Oh god. No. Y'all. If it's dead silent, it means there's some kind of dangerous entity there. Just run. Like, just run. Don't look back. If I learned anything from reading these stories, hearing them on YouTube and watching horror stories, you don't trust that shit. No. 3 short notes, slow and drawn out. Then from somewhere further away, the same whistle answered back. We didn't wait to see who made it. We left. And I've been hearing those whistles outside my window ever since. Always around the same time. Just 3 short notes. The weirdest part, I recorded it on my phone the other night and tried to play it back later. But the audio was just static. The whistle was gone. Oh, hell nah. Hell fucking nah, man. You won't catch me dead doing that. Actually, I probably would, knowing my dumbass. Whatever is going on in those woods, whatever they are, I think they're trying to draw people in. like bait. And I think they know I'm still watching. And I think, uh, and after what happened in my driveway, I couldn't do anything at night at the house. I packed a bag and got a hotel across town. It wasn't anything fancy, just a basic room with a bed, a TV, and a lock I could trust. I didn't care. I just needed to feel like I was somewhere safe. Away from the woods, away from whatever that was. I don't blame you for dipping. I really don't. I stayed the whole day, didn't go to work, barely looked at my phone. I just laid there, staring at the ceiling, trying to convince myself it was over. Maybe that I imagined it, or was it some weird trip left over from the shrooms? But deep down, I knew I didn't imagine anything. I saw them, and they saw me. That night, I went back home. Jaden showed up 20 minutes later after I got there. He didn't say much, just had a hoodie on, backpack slung over his shoulder, and this serious look on his face. I'm staying here tonight, he said. That was it. He didn't have to explain. God, no. No, I would totally understand. We spent the night trying to act normal. Made some food, played UFC on Xbox, watched YouTube, laughed a little, but it was forced. Every sound outside made us pause. I think we were both waiting for something to happen. I don't blame you. I really don't. Around 1:30 a.m., Jaden crashed on the couch, and I was half asleep in the recliner when I heard something. At first, I thought I imagined it. This dragging noise, like something heavy scraping across the pavement. Then it came again, louder. Oh no. No. They know. They know. I sat up, heart thudding. Jaden opened his eyes and looked at me. Then we both heard it. A light, rhythmic tapping on the back sliding door. I got up, crept to the kitchen, and peeked through the blinds. At first, I didn't say anything. Then the motion light clicked on. There they were, the same two guys. Nope, nope, nope. I would call the police and be like, hey, these two weird ass naked men are stalking my friend and I, and possibly my girlfriend. We need help. Like, that's what I would do, honestly. Still naked, still covered in blood or whatever it was. One of them crouched down, tapping on the glass with his knuckle, slow and steady. The other just stood behind him, unmoving, watching the house. I whispered to Jaden, lock everything. We ran around, locking doors and windows. I grabbed my pistol from my drawer. My hands were shaking. We thought we were good. I stood in the hallway, gun in hand, listening. Then we heard it. No! Oh God, guys. Oh God. I read a little ahead, so... Glass shattering. The basement window. I left it crack. Didn't even think about it. Jaden and I froze. Then we heard the sound of feet. Slow, dragging footsteps coming up the basement stairs. Oh no. And then that scream. No. That same god-awful sound we heard in the woods. It rattled the vents. It didn't sound human. We bolted upstairs and locked ourselves in my bedroom. I had the gun pointed at the door. Jaden grabbed a bat out of my closet. We didn't talk, just waited. Then we heard the doorknob turn. Once, slowly. Then it started rattling hard, like someone was trying to force it open. I had my finger on the trigger, ready for anything. Then, just like that, silence. Nothing. Oh God. Hell fucking nah, guys. A few seconds later, the siren started. I had already called the cops the second I saw them out back. They showed up fast. Okay, good. So you did call the police. That's good. They went through the house, cleared every room, found the broken window in the basement, found the muddy footprints. But here's the thing. The prints just stopped in the middle of the floor, like whoever was down there just disappeared. The cops said it was probably some local crazies or kids messing around, but they didn't believe that. I could tell. One of them even looked nervous going down into the basement. Jaden stayed that night again. He's sleeping on the couch right now with a knife next to him. I haven't slept. I don't know who or what those things are, but they got inside, and they know we were home. If anything happens tonight, I'll post again. Y'all, if I find an update to this crazy ass story, I will definitely post it on here. Stay safe, guys. Please just stay safe out there. The world is crazy.